Rebound came out near side. Pullman fed it back to the point for Hoff. To Pullman for a shot. He scores! Pullman ripped one from the near point to tie it up at one apiece. Now to Kawaguchi. Cross-ice Pullman. Looking, moving, shooting. Scores! Pullman with a wrister to make it 2-1 on the power play. Have a chance at the empty net with some time. He shoots and scores! J.J. Joel Jadatuinen. And a 3-1 UND lead with 41 seconds to go. It doesn't get much bigger than Gopher Week, and memories from the UND Minnesota series only grow with time.
I think that was the one series back then, that was the series, and I was at a young age driving by the old Ralph and seeing the lines outside and the students in tents waiting to get in the building before games. So I think that's the biggest thing that I remember is that at a young age, but then going and watching the games as well.
I just remember at the old rink, the fans and just there's a buzz around town, buzz around, just the hockey rinks as youth hockey, just the Gophers are coming and, it was going to be a fun weekend. And I just remember, the dead Gophers getting thrown on, so you remember that as a kid, and then, you go away and then having the opportunity to come here and play was, it was always one of those series where, if I go to North Dakota, I get to be involved in it.
Being from Grand Forks, I knew it was a big series, a huge rivalry, and the anticipation for that week leading up to them games is always fun, and just a great time to be in it and be a part of it. So.
I think it was an afternoon game for some reason, and we were down 3 goals going into the third period, and we started to come back, and the building got louder, and all of a sudden we ended up scoring 5 goals in the third period, I think it was. And ended up beating them, but the one thing I can remember is it was almost, it was so piercing loud that your ears just hurt them when you're on the ice at that time.
There is no shortage of animosity among the two teams.
It's a heated rivalry. It was a heated rivalry, and it's one of the teams that we hated. And I can be very candid about that because everybody in that locker room was on the same page when it came to that.
Think about a team game. It brought out the best in the players as far as bringing their A game to the table, and I know it's one of the things that every time we played the Gophers, I know our players and coaches and our fans especially circle it on their calendar for sure.
2 characteristics remain consistent throughout the matchup's history: physicality and playmaking.
It was going to be a physical game, even though that they're always kind of labeled as skill players. That they you knew it was going to be a nasty series and a lot of hitting and I just remember the games being really competitive for the most part and a lot of fun.
Experiencing the rivalry for the first time makes for a challenging yet fulfilling task to accomplish.
It's going to be a great series in itself, just because you're going down to their rink. It's it's Olympic-sized rink. That's their venue, right? And but I know we got a lot of fans going, and I know that helped us in Denver as far as having the support, knowing that you have the backing of your fans in the stands. And I think it's going to be a great weekend because it's 2 teams that are going to be going up and down the ice, and it's 2 teams that are building and growing as the season goes on.
For those guys in that room, I think it's a really important piece of it because it has a lot of history in the program, and I think for them to be able to relive that and get a feel for that, I think it's a great opportunity for them. I think it'll be a good way to bring them closer as a group and some of those young guys to see what it was like to play in those games.